VERO. VERO seemed to come along out of nowhere, and overnight, everyone was talking about it. So is it the true social app, an Instagram killer, or is it just another hype that will disappear from our radars as fast as it came along? On paper, VERO seems like the app we've all been waiting for. You control what you share with what kinds of people. Whenever you connect with someone, you decide whether that person is a close friend, a friend, or an acquaintance. And based on that, you can share different content with the right kinds of people. Interactions are becoming more real that way, more authentic, and much less of this perfect dream world other social media platforms try to sell you. You can finally be yourself and not just a mere portrayal of this perfect world that doesn't really exist. Hence the name VERO, which means truth. But is this the truth we've all been waiting for, or is it just another app waiting to be forgotten? Let's get into the inner workings of the app, the core, the foundation that keeps it alive. And to be honest, it wasn't easy to get it working in the first place. Unresponsive controls and server errors were what greeted me when trying to install it for the first time. But it's a new app, it's just been launched, you gotta give it time. Well, not really. VERO was launched about 3 years ago and reached the UK App Store in early 2017. Seems like enough time. You're supposed to sign up with your real name and full name. There's no usernames, and while this may seem like just another consistency with their nature of being a true social app, once you dig further, it may seem like they had a bigger plan in mind. Their terms of service state that they can use pretty much anything you posted, including your full name. So whatever that means, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. Design-wise, I'd say it looks pretty modern and futuristic. It feels like a next generation app, but in my opinion it feels too modern because it might look really well on a Behance portfolio, but that doesn't necessarily mean it passes the test of everyday use. The flow feels clunky, not really intuitive, and there just seems to be too much going on. That's the thing that, for example, is different on Instagram. It's simple. You see pictures or videos and you simply like, comment, or follow. It flows. No need to think. Is she an acquaintance or actually already a friend? And when given too many choices, the human mind tends to get overwhelmed. Who am I sharing this book with? Thomas might think I'm a weirdo for reading that, but he's a close friend. But let's get into the most hyped feature, which is that VERO doesn't have an algorithm and no ads. Again, this sounds great on paper, but in terms of practicality, it just seems hard to imagine how that would work out. And no, I'm not defending Instagram's algorithm because I think they kind of messed up on that one lately. But if there's millions of users all posting, it would be just too hard to keep up with the pure chronological feed, because too many people would post at nearly the same time, making it hard to follow. Which actually brings me to the next big point: no ads. At first it sounds like a great thing, but they actually want to charge for using the app if you're not within the first couple of million users. And while this may just be a sneaky way to create an urge to get users to sign up really quick, I don't think it's viable in the long run. VERO is supposed to be as close to real life interaction as possible. It's supposed to be real, but honestly, would you pay to show your friends some pictures and movies that you watch when you just can pretty much do it for free? So to conclude this, VERO's concept sounds great on paper, but that's about it. The clunkiness, the missing rawness, and simply too many features at once make it seem really hard to imagine it as being the Instagram killer everyone attributes it as. So for me personally, I'm gonna have to give it a little more time, and that's why I decided to delete my profile. The thing is though, you really can't, because in order to do that, you have the right to support stating why you want to delete it. And at the time of filming this, my profile's still there, waiting to be forgotten.